Oh my god!
because
On his
he's
Twitter,
too retarded to have anyone.
on his Twitter
Except,
page, he liked a video of this massive military parade in Moscow, which just reminds me of how
oh yeah,
he was
remember how he was?
convinced that Russia
Oh,
was
his
He
the
was
Russian
best
Russian.
country in
face.
the world.
Oh, let me talk about that. Yeah, he would
And
think
his
that he's
fucking
Russian.
last name. His
last name
clearly Polish.
Polak
Did
Ovsky.
were either of you around whenever his mom actually said that?
No, I was not. I figured it out on my own. I was like,
I didn't even
Rob,
know
your
his
last
real
name.
name up until his dad fucking told me in this. Like, his dad came out to my store and like
He would, yeah, he would just like go on and on about being Russian, and then I looked at his last name and I'm like, Rob, your name starts with Polak. And
Yeah,
he's like,
like,
oh, no,
his
that'd
mom
be-"
actually, like, I confronted her about it. Like, your son has an obsession with Russia. Isn't it that last name like Polish? And she's like, yeah, that has nothing to do with Russia at all.
See, like, I
My
never had that
husband is
confirmation.
entirely Polish.
Yeah, oh, here's something. Rob got legitimately pissed at me one time because he was listening to BBC or NPR or something, and they said that they were just describing this one holiday resort in Russia. Just one. They were saying it's a pretty good place. Tourists go there. It's kind of beautiful. And he's like, "Here, Mike, this is proof that all of Russia is a beautiful utopia, like this one summer resort. The only one that they were talking about. This is proof Russia is beautiful and not anything like you say." And yet,
Oh, that's
Rob
like
Rob
wrong.
hates the state that he lives in now, and Russia does experience mass degeneracy, potholes. They experience a lot of like third world problems over there. Just the fact that this one
tanks
summer
driving on the
resort,
road.
Yeah.
one summer resort, that means that the entire place is this beautiful. It's like fucking the Garden of Eden.
It's like
does-
5% of Russia is actually hospitable.
He lives-
If that.
Dude, like even this fucking state is prettier than Russia. Like Russia is just like wide open, flat forest of the same species of everything. Like one pine tree forever. One bear for every 50 miles. One type of bear. Not even a strong bear, just like a small bear. Not even like a grizzly bear.
He had that obsession with Russia for years, but somehow as soon as I gave an inkling about England because I was doing that case study for college,
You sent him on the England path.
I did, and fierce. That's where the Atticus thing started, and that's where it just devolved into him being this English guy with English suave, and he was just this fucking...
Walking around with the English accent in public at the mall.
Oh
Pretending.
my fucking god!
Yeah.
That was totally my fault entirely. And it.
And like I was walking around with you guys, and I was just like, I don't even want to fucking do this. I'm just gonna say nothing.
I was
I'm not
just
even gonna
trying to
say
like
anything.
egg him on the entire time. I just wanted to egg him on.
As like, what would he even do if he actually impressed some girl to thinking he was English, and he goes back to his house and he lives in bumfuck nowhere, surrounded by white trash houses. Lives in a
He would
fucking
have
torn up
had to
little
have lived a lie.
house with his parents. Yeah,
Hey baby, look at all these guitars on my wall. I'm a
that I don't
musician.
play.
That I don't know how to play. And I never take off the wall because I don't know how to play.
I just leave them up there so people think I'm a musician.
I have
And
thousands
he
of
fucking-
dollars invested in guitars and amps.
He has all these fucking things. I think the only reason he had an acoustic guitar because he had an obsession with Stalker. And he wanted to know how to play those few jingles.
The stalker shit.
Yeah,
That went on quite a while.
Was
How
that
you
because
wanted
I got
it.
a Stalker tattoo? Was that
You wanted to
before or
go out-
after that? Because I got the marked one tattoo, and then I just remember him like walking around and wanting gas masks and walking around with Geiger counters and bolts and shit.
That was why. That was
I
all because of
remember-
Stalker.
I remember him saying that he wanted to dress up as a fucking stalker and go in the woods with his acoustic guitar for some fucking reason. I don't
Oh,
remember.
Yeah,
any
he
more than
wanted
that.
he wanted to wear those like blue white striped track pants and like a bulletproof vest and a gas mask and just sitting in the woods playing the acoustic guitar, eating diet
'cause I
sausage and drinking vodka.
I was the one who informed him of the cultural nature of tracksuits in Russia. He had to learn a lot of shit about shit for me. Couldn't even
Yeah,
do
but
his
that's
own
like
research.
that's a very commonly known thing about Russia is that's like our suits are their track gear.
This was kind of like before though that knowledge became more
American-
common. I knew all about like tracksuits and squatting. I told him about it.
Yeah, I've known
I
about
was the one.
that for like fucking years. It's been a thing for a long ass time in Russia.
Fuck, and even all of every like kind of, I'm not gonna say like criminal, but like every like fucking degenerate in Europe wears fucking track shoes or track.
Yeah,
suits and
that's the
fucking
clothes
tennis
of
shoes.
like the poor drug abusing alcoholics.
It's almost like modern day Cockney English, and then like Middle East,
what
like
Cha-
not a Middle Eastern, like Eastern European, like slums.
It's also what chavs wear. What chavs wear
Yeah.
in London.
Well, they're basically the new Cockney anyway.
And then after Stalker was the Legion with New Vegas. He wanted to
Oh
be
my
a fucking
fucking god,
centurion.
Caesar's Legion, god damn it. He wanted
I'm
to
I-
Oh, that
pretty sure I
Mormon
was not around
bullshit.
for
That
that.
was
Oh, yeah.
the first time. That was the first
Yeah,
time.
Spiff was not
'cause,
around
like,
for this.
That was the first time when like he came to me and said, you know, me and Mike are gonna buy football equipment and become legionnaires, and I'm just thinking,
Oh, you mean
What the
like Kaiser?
yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
oh
just-
yeah,
I'm just
no, I
thinking,
think
what-
I do remember that starting, and that's when I stopped talking to him because he got
I'm just
really
like-
very obsessed with like.
I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? You're buying football to play as a fuck. What the fuck are you doing, dude? Like that was the first time I was like, what?
I was like a little on board for it. Like I wanted because it's something. It's doable. It's easy. Just get some football gear together and you fucking do it. And then he was like, "Oh, we need to go to fucking Mount Zion in Arizona and
Oh my god.
do Datura,
Oh.
which is a deliriant."
And then that's when he wanted to become a Mormon or some
Yeah.
shit.
We need to
And he
talk
bought
about
a
this
Mormon
more.
Bible.
He
Yeah,
played he played that DLC of the Burned Man when you go to Mount Zion and you like
Yeah.
you find those tribes. He
I guarantee.
That's why
you,
he wanted to become a Mormon. He got the
Yeah,
1911. He got a police vest, and also he had this plan. He was going to move to South America and find a primal tribe and become like their god or something. Where are you even going to fucking find a tribe in South America? You're going to be wandering around Brazil and just get fucking robbed by bandits on motorcycles or something. And just get fucking left in a swamp.
I guarantee
I-
you, he bought that Mormon Bible, didn't even fucking read it, and his only like idea of Mormonism is through the Burned Man from New Vegas.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. That was
I-
his entire
I-
inspiration.
I had stopped talking to him around that Kaiser thing, and then I remember Ginger saying something to me about him being a Mormon and giving up drinking and giving up all of his like
Yeah.
nasty
How long
earthly
did that
habits.
last? How long did that last?
I know I would not like to think very long because I wasn't talking to him. I wouldn't know, but I do remember hearing about that and being like in almost shock, thinking that he would have done that. At least the alcohol bit, anyway. He was probably still drinking it. I heard he's still drinking alcohol like a fiend.
See, like if he could have used religion to help himself out of it, that would have been good. But obviously, that was just a farce. That was just another charade that he put on while he was crashing
he's
and
not
burning
using
at the
it
end of
as
every,
an actual thing. He's using it as a way
another
to look
life
cool.
to live.
He just likes to have the title. That's it. He just likes to have the title of it.
He was still crashing and burning and crying and wanting to kill himself and drinking at the end of every day.
Yeah. He was just a fucking mess. You want me to get him on the phone right now? He can be our special guest speaker. I wonder what he would do if I would call him.
Oh my! I don't want to fucking call. I wouldn't want to call him. I don't want to. I don't want to
I really
open
don't either.
communications with that idiot again. He'll start talking
he
to me
probably
again.
would ignore it anyway. He wouldn't answer me if I would call him.
Okay,
Probably
I'm editing
could.
that out.
I could call him.
But anyway, that guy could call him. I'm like, we're getting so into this. I'm forgetting what we're supposed to do.
That's because he is a localized point of frustration for everybody that knows him. He's
It's
basically
just
like a
goddamn, we've been
unifying
going on.
object.
I knew this. Look,
This has been over an hour we've been complaining about him.
We are almost the same time that we spent talking about Ethan, and we're not even like close to done. We're not even done.
I tried desperately to find this. There was before the creation kit came out for Skyrim, so I'm talking like fucking 5 years
Way
ago
back.
almost. Yeah. There was this mod called the Dovahkiin Hideout, and it was like nothing else because this guy literally built this entire like underground structure like pixel by pixel, and it was phenomenal. Like, well, at least before the creation kit came, and then you could do that in like 20 minutes. But this guy built this like giant library where you could store every single book in Skyrim, and then he added like ways where you can get Oblivion books and Morrowind books and shit. And he would have it where you could donate money to him and write books, and he would put the books into the library where millions of people that play Skyrim would see. And Socrates actually wrote a book series that got put into this mod because he paid him.
I remember this.
I tried so hard to find it, but I never could. After it went missing, I just couldn't find it. It's still in that mod, and you can get it through the workshop, but I don't remember what it's called. There's like 1,000 books.
Didn't you just like say the name of it, like when you first started talking about this?
No, I said the name of the mod was Dovahkiin Hideout, but Dovahkiin Hideout.
Is that what it? Is that what?
It's called Dovahkiin Hideout.
That's what it's called. So we can find it.
The mod is called that, but the book series, I can look later after we're done with this. I can load it up and see if I can find it but
well, we know what the book's
gonna through a million books.
You know what the book's gonna be about? It's gonna be about like a bunch of people who need saved, or a girl who needs someone to fuck, and it's gonna be some great powerful man called.
I vaguely remember it being
something of that nature. Something.
I very vaguely remember it being about. I think it was a Nord going through Skyrim and like trying to travel across Tamriel to like avenge himself for his wife's murder or something, and he just kept like killing people along the way. I want to think that that's what it was. I don't very much remember what it was.
Well, I know that he has a Skyrim journal mod, and the last great big
Christ.
I heard from him was he was a high elf trader, and he was like literally walking around Skyrim and like recording everything that he does. Like when he like would stop to take a rest or stop to take a fucking shit, a role playing shit, he would write it down.
Oh wow! You mean like like a literal book?
Was he playing
like
as a
physical?
Was he playing as a guy? Because that'd be gay.
No,
that'd
the
be
Skyrim
really gay.
journal mod.
Oh, so it's like an actual mod that he would type in there. He didn't like
Yeah.
I guess that's a little bit less depressing than him having an actual book in front of him that he would pause the game, and start writing.
That's probably what he did, anyways.
He was like living through fucking Skyrim.
He did for a long time. I remember fucking just walking into his house because he'd say come over, and I get there and Skyrim's up on his fucking TV screen, and he's playing this shit, and I'm looking at this bare-ass naked female with a giant fucking 12-foot long claymore axe, and he's just talking about all the things he was doing. 12, that too.
I mean, we all obsess over a video game, but I mean,
yeah, more or less. He
ruined Mountain Blade Warband. He ruined Skyrim for me. I will never play Skyrim ever again. He has over 600 hours. What what could you possibly fucking like? I played Fallout 4, and that was good, but 80 hours into it, everything's done, and it's just boring, same old shit.
I need to like look at my shit too here. Let me
Like
see
the thing
here.
that I have the most hours on, it's like Gary's mod that I have like 700 hours on it or something.
I
Yeah,
know
it's the
mine's
same for me,
Gary's
too.
Mod or Mountain Blade.
My most was like fucking. I don't even have that many hours in fucking Skyrim on here. I have like maybe. Let me see. I have 34 hours in Skyrim.
616 hours in Gary's mod, 432 hours in Medieval 2, 374 in Mountain Blade Warband, but not 600 hours on Skyrim.
Mine are like all bizarre things where like something didn't close. My Borderlands had like 80 hours because I alt tabbed.
I
I only have
would
425 hours in Gary's mod. And the next one was Killing Floor at 101, and the other ones in between that aren't even fucking like.
Like there is a lot of
real.
times where you leave Gary's mod on to just download all the constant shit.
Yeah.
I left Gary's mod on a lot, so it's probably like 400 hours.
Well, we did actually play the living shit out of that game. And
Yeah.
there was a lot of times where we would just leave the game open and we would fuck around. You would have you'd be the server host and you would just leave it on because everyone else was playing on it.
To host the server for people to play on it later in the day, I guess.
Yeah. So I can understand something like that. It's like an actual multiplayer game where it's not a single player game. You can't do anything by yourself, so you're gonna have a lot of hours. But having like fucking 1,000 hours in Skyrim is just fucking ridiculous.
I don't think that there's that many mods that would make the game that playable.
No,
Like,
like,
Skyrim,
even the,
Skyrim, the only thing that carried me through Skyrim, I was pretending to be some kind of like evil overlord, and I had like Daedric armor, and I had this like skull helmet and like glowing eyes, and I would just walk around telepathically grabbing people and fucking throwing them, and even that got really fucking boring.
well, anything would
really-
get boring. Even
I
there's so many
really
mods, you
hope-
just get bored of it.
I really hope that he doesn't sell his fucking guitars and buys a better PC, because I really don't want Fallout 4 ruined by him.
Well,
think
That's
he
his,
can afford
that's
that kind
his
of
stuff.
main
I hate it.
thing.
Does he? Would he even be able? He would never even upgrade his computer. That's too much effort. He would do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
and
you
then
would think
tomorrow
his
would never
computer's too
come.
perfect.
I built this computer. It can run anything forever.
Yeah, really, because I'm pretty sure my computer that I don't even have that much stuff in is probably better than his by like
My
tenfold.
computer's better than his, and we assembled it together like 3 years ago.
Well, okay, well, I know mine's better than yours, so if yours
Oh,
is
yeah,
better
obviously.
than his,
My
Well, I just
computer's
built mine not too
better
long
than all
ago.
y'all's. Mine's held
It
together
just
by
is-
electrical tape and fucking cable clamp.
I wish I had electrical tape, but I don't.
I have some, and I don't, and I use it to repeatedly wrap my shitty headphones. So Rob and Skyrim. Let's see. I'm gonna
He
go
also
down
Didn't
this-
he-
told me, he also told me that I don't know if I said this earlier, but he said his girlfriend gets really pissed off that he plays so much fucking just any games, and apparently she doesn't get the attention that she wants. I feel
well, you know
bad.
what? Like honestly, I kind of avoid like relationships because I want my free time and do whatever the fuck I want. But in her case, it's probably
Yeah, but
much
they're
more
living
severe.
together.
Yeah, like it's a lot more severe. I could probably sympathize. It's a totally different situation. He probably I don't even want to know what he acts. Aside from being fucking suicidal, I don't know what he acts like behind closed doors by himself.
It's probably.
Well,
1,000 times worse.
I did hear like how well it could have been a facade, but like whenever he would be
Wait.
with my ex-girlfriend, he would try like in teddy bear almost like every situation where he would be like so sweet and so nice, and whenever another guy would come around, he would just like testosterone up and he would try and be a super badass, and, like outdo everybody else.
So much energy to try to assert himself over people, and he can't even get a job.
That's because he can't keep
Really
a job
weird.
because he doesn't have time for video games.
See, there comes a point where like I hate myself if I'm taking money from other people, so I only took it. I wasn't forced to take a job. I just took it so that I'm less of a burden. But he just apparently has no problem with that at all. He doesn't consider other people's feelings.
Well, you don't really
Only
care.
himself.
He has a fucking car. I'm sure he has a couple credit cards, and he's going to
Got it.
school. So who's paying
Going
for
to
that?
school, paying for his
Probably his
car
girlfriend or
maintenance,
his
insurance
parents.
payments.
It's probably his fucking parents are paying for shit.
I wouldn't doubt. I can't imagine being them. Like the amount of
I mean,
burden
I
on his
understand.
mother for once.
I understand
Jesus.
his parents are pretty wealthy, but like I don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't really call them wealthy, but they're not like they're well off.
They
if
they
anything.
have
They
a
can
lot of nice
sustain
shit.
themselves.
Yeah.
Well, anyone can anyone tie in any more topics? Because I'm gonna go on to this one that I have.
Oh yeah. What's
ahead.
that?
Well, it goes back onto the spiritual bullshit thing. I'm going to elaborate on his astral plane walking thing. He said that he left his body and he like found his high school crush, and this is why he hates Katie. It's because he thinks that somewhere this girl is like in England right now, who is
I
longing for
remember
him,
this.
and it's like distraught over the life she lives because she doesn't have Rob. And he left his body and walked the spirit plane, and he walked over and she revealed all this information that she wants him, and he needs to leave his life and go find her, that his crush is there waiting for him, and they re-entered his body. See, that's what I made fun of specifically in that fucking video where I was wearing a mirror mask and laying on my kitchen floor. I was specifically making fun of that. The fact that he told me that, because it was so baffling.
I do actually remember something about that. Not that story per se, but he had this obsession with somebody in England. He even showed me pictures where he found British women, with like the dyed hair and the big tits kind of thing, and he was just like talking about how he's so cool that he could just have them immediately if he could only get there. Kind of like that chick I was talking about in Hot Topic.
And then he walks over and finds a 6'5" bodybuilder answering the door.
He just knocks him right down in one hit.
He'd fucking
Doesn't even make contact.
He'd shoot a spirit arrow at them and take them out. He would challenge them and they would cower away. He doesn't need physical strength. He goes to the. He doesn't need a gym or anything. He knows it's like an amateur's pursuit to like. It's just a physical body. There's a spirit body. That's all that matters. Not this reality or this world or having a job or anything.
Being an adult.
Yeah.
No, he's not about that kind of stuff.
Let's see. Anyone got anything? Because I got this minor thing that I could bring up further.
Where's
how he doesn't
this
know shit.
amazing story at? Where's
Oh, my
his amazing
knife story. My
Oh,
knife
the-
Oh,
story.
the knife! I forgot.
do.
Yeah, I had it highlighted on my notepad.
I do
I
see it
forgot
on Bob.
about
It's not like revelation or like life-changing story, but it is something that I considered doing.
How we were going to trick him, basically. Me, and
I
Ginger.
wanted to like find this just like some kind of knife with like a Templar insignia on it or something.
Well, yeah, it's because I showed Ginger like this Freemason dagger that I have. It has like Freemason symbolism all over it. Except there's no way in hell I would use it for this.
Yeah, I wanted to find a knife.
I was the
and
one.
just, like,
I suggested it to him.
Well, I said something. I thought I said something to you or to him because I never heard something from him about it. So it might have just been an idea that we both separately came up with just because we know Rob so well. Yeah, but I got this thing where I said to Ginger, because I actually told him, I said we should like get some kind of like Templar insignia knife
or even something like Hitler's Youth. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's something that shows a sign of power that he could possibly connect with, and just like inscribing on it or putting like a note with it saying that we've been watching you and we're ready to accept you into our ranks, and just getting into his house because he leaves it unlocked and just hiding it.
That is exactly what I told Ginger. I said the exact same thing. I said we need to pretend to be some kind of secret order and say we've been watching you and give him this false sense of meaning to just fucking deceive him.
I could think like his mind would just not be able to comprehend it, and he would take it as real because he
would be like, "This is proof. This is proof that everything is centered around me. I am the protagonist. I am the hero."
He would just try and like,
I am the Omega.
I am the creator and destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, someone like him would believe in reincarnation because he can't believe that he would die.
He did talk about that a lot before.
Yeah, reincarnation bullshit. It's people who have such an ego that they can't believe that they'll disappear when their body fails.
He spoke about that a lot. Especially when we were upstairs in his library, he tried to get even more philosophical for whatever reason. Did you ever spend a lot of time up there? Because he also had this obsession with a little ghost girl that lived in his upstairs, his second floor.
Yeah, he talked about the ghosts in the hallway and shit.
He made it like a clear point. He refused to ever go upstairs by himself at night because there was a little girl that would stare out his window because she died there for some reason somehow. He made such a big deal.
He read the like Marble Hornets that he watched.
And he didn't even see it to the end because he's a faggot and just finish it. It's already over. Just watch it. What else was there? Something else I wanted to say because I just remembered something. I don't remember what it is now.
Reincarnation. Something about that.
No, it wasn't. It was something related to just like I thought of it when I said about his upstairs, and I don't remember what the rest was. It was something actually like something really good.
It was like he did talk about like ghosts living in his fucking hallway and shit.
He did a lot. He used to make it a big point where he would never go upstairs at night, and he would
wouldn't be that he's just afraid of the dark or anything.
I think he was, to be honest with you. I didn't like not to like an extreme point, but I remember one time I said to him, "Are you afraid of the dark, or are you afraid of what you can't see staring back at you in the dark?" And he was like paranoid the rest of the night and refused to like leave his room, which he left on like extra lights on. And he
you said that to him?
I did tell him that one time, and he like lost his fucking mind. It like freaked him out. Like
that might have caused it all.
That's just like when you're 7 years old and your like older brother or sister tells you a scary story, and then you're fucking scared for the rest of the night.
I remember.
Go ahead.
I don't remember what the thing it was called because it was weird. It was like JKV1161I.VZ, whatever. It was a creepypasta about Morrowind.
Yeah, Watch the Skies.
Remember that?
Watch the Skies Traveler, yeah.
Yes, keep your eyes on the Skies Traveler. He got literally...
No, Watch the Skies.
What is it? Okay, I remember. I thought it was keep your eyes on the sky. I just remember I turned him on to that because he was talking about creepypastas like crazy. He was going from one to another, and he went through this huge grifter phrase where he like if anyone would say that, he'd get really quiet and leave the room for like a long period of time because he didn't want to be around anyone saying the grifter, the grifter, the grifter.
Well, no, that's because he was really into the the meme that you can't talk about it, so he would take it over low
to unreal level of fucking just absurdity
to the point where you're wondering why is this guy's acting so fucking weird in public.
I can't even enjoy Filthy Frank anymore because now he just fucking ruined it for me.
No, but before I forget, you can talk all about that. I turned him on to this because I showed him a couple creepypastas that he immediately got hooked on. One of them was that Morrowind one, because there's this spider assassin that keeps following you. If you ever stop moving, he'll kill you, so you have to constantly keep running around. And I remember anytime we went into the woods, he would constantly pretend like something was following him. And I was never sure if it was that, because it was immediately after I told him that, but he constantly kept looking up into the trees. And I asked him like what he was doing, and he was just like, I feel like somebody's following me. Something's back there. And then I kept joking like, oh, maybe it's Slender Man, because he wasn't completely destroyed by then. And then he was like, oh, that's not even funny. That's not even funny. That's not even funny. You're the one with the tattoo. It's not even funny. And
Yeah, it's just amazing. It's like he is like what I never want to become. I never want to become that deluded, and it's like I make sure I never like enter that level. I mean, I go crazy sometimes about like a little more abstract things, but I don't act on the urge that I want people to like. I want some kind of like omnipotent being to be watching me like it's a TV show, like my life is a fucking sitcom, like what I've been watching.
Rob's kind of like the Q from the Q Continuum from the Next Generation. If either of you are familiar with that, it's a character that is basically just a god, and he's from a parallel universe of just gods that are omnipotent beings that think they're better than everyone else, and they're just this giant sacks of shit because they're so egotistical and better than everything else. And they constantly put humanity like on trial for just being worthless. And that's exactly what I think of when I think of Rob. It's just like he's this omnipotent being that's so better than everyone else, and there's nothing and nothing
that's how
at all.
He feels.
No, I'm not saying that's what he is, but that's.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I'm just like said that's how he feels. But in reality, he's like an amorphous, helpless blob that.
He's just
rolling
like this
rolling down a path that he can't control.
Yeah, he's just like.
And when people are trying to come and careen him off the path, and he just like he blobs over their hands and just keeps rolling.
Yeah, he just freaks the fuck out and loses it because he has to just be.
He's like, anyone helping me, never, and just.
I don't need help. I'm perfect already.
But there was perfect.
Spiv's Woods story just reminded me of like when we were little kids, and you just had like that one slightly fat friend who was like really into Inuyasha at the time.
Rob? Oh Jesus Christ! Like Rob was when Inuyasha was kind of semi-popular.
Was he into Inuyasha?
He was huge into Inuyasha.
God. Did he run around like a fucking retard like they did on the
I
anime?
don't know if he did because I didn't know him that well then, but I know he used to talk about it, and I think I saw him wearing his shirt once.
Did he like run around with his hands flailing in the back and then like jump up and then as he was jumping go, ha!
I want to say no, but I didn't know him that well yet.
Okay,
but I know he liked it.
To be fair, in 3rd grade, I ran like I would sometimes run like Ed or Eddie because I just like emulated what I saw, so I was just like.
Yeah, but that's when
just
you're
run,
like.
Just
there's nothing wrong with Ed and Eddie.
Yeah.
Like I would like seriously run, try to run like Ed with his like body way behind him, run like Double D with his arms up in front of him, and run like fucking Eddie.
With your tongue hanging out.
I need to see if I can find this.
I don't want to say that, but probably. As like a horrible thing to admit, but
I want to see if I can find this video.
Of what?
There's there was this time that Rob was like really paranoid of everything, especially in the dark. Like what I was just talking about. And there's this video I showed him, I think I just found it, where Yeah, here it is. Okay, like as soon as I showed him this, all of our midnight visits out into the middle of the woods immediately ceased. And like anything that involved going outside was done, especially him going near like his windows or his those stairs that went
twin.
up. No, just watch the video. I think this is it.
What do you say, Johnny?
Yeah, this is it.
This scared him?
Rubber Johnny like made him lose his fucking mind. I don't think it's like the whole video, but the general like
Are you fucking...
kind of thing just.
He is the kind of, like, when you're that deluded, you would be afraid of the dark and shit.
Everybody knew Rubber Johnny was fake as soon as it was fucking
It's
released.
it's Aphex Twin, like I wouldn't know. There's some, okay, like I was, you know, it is not even shameful at all to admit that something like, hold on, let me find a bigger picture. Something like this scared the fuck out of me when I saw it in the movie.
Oh, I already know what this is.
Yeah.
I don't even have to click on it. Oh, okay. No, I did not know what that was. I was wrong. I apologize. But I know you've always had that thing for like a lack of eyeballs. And Rob used to talk about that too.
What do you mean?
Hey,
talk about me or him?
No. Well, you and that fear, because he used to. He had this phase probably around the same time that I was talking about, like him being afraid of either this fucking thing following him in the woods or Slender Man being in the trees.
Hold on,
he had this.
I'm posting the picture of that fucking moment in that movie that scared the living fuck out of me. But continue.
He had this moment. That looks really familiar. I think I know what that is. He had this moment where he just constantly talked about being like superior to others because he lacked fear, and then he was talking about your fear of like lack of eyes or just like black voids where eyes should be.
Black circular void things.
Yeah, but he didn't like shit on it. He actually he tried to rationalize it, but completely failed.
Enlighten me.
I don't remember because exactly verbatim.
I was just afraid of it because it's fucking scary as shit to imagine something like that just fucking running at you in the dark.
Speaking of which,
that's basically it. So
that actually reminds me a lot
of
Afraid of Monsters.
Afraid of Monsters? Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Because like the things look.
Yeah, those Half-Life,
like that.
The Half-Life 1 mod. Yeah,
that old Half-Life 1 mod.
I saw that. I was like, I didn't even want to play that mod. I mean, I'll play it now because I don't give a shit. But back then,
I never did play it. But the game itself is like fucking. I've watched people play through the whole thing. It's fucking nuts.
Dude, it's like all the zombies. They look like that, and they're like all fidgety and fucking glitch across the room at you, and they take a lot of bullets.
That's why it's so freaky, because everything just... I don't know what makes retro PC games look freaky, and I know we're getting a little bit off topic of what we should be talking about, but they also made Cry of Fear, and I remember Rob used to talk about that a lot. I'm not sure if he ever played it or not, but he used to talk about wanting to play it.
Those goddamn monsters in that, they're like... A couple of them, they're like, I looked at them and I'm like, I'm only playing this game with co-op.
They're just like fidgety messes, and that's what makes it so creepy, is like that retro old 90s.
They like a lot of those monsters, they look exactly like that face, and they'll fucking crawl across the ground lightning fast and be up in you before you can do shit. But enlighten me how he tried to analyze my fear of that.
I think it was he talked about it being like a fear of the unknown because you're looking into blackness, and then he tried to equate it with something like looking into the eyes of God. Huh?
So what you told him, and he took that originality and used that to apply to something else.
I didn't say anything about it. He just brought it up. Like, we were talking about things that were scary, and then he talked about Yeah, like
no,
that.
you told him
And-
before, though. You told him before, and he
Oh, no,
remembered
no,
that.
yeah, I spoke about him before, that you had to fear that. And he talked about it. But he didn't, like, shit on it. He tried to rationalize it. Almost as if he was actually afraid of it, too. Like, he was trying to defend why someone would not like that. But he seemed way too, like, defensive about it.
It's like it's just a fucking it's a basic thing. It's like so he didn't say anything retarded.
No, I mean the way he tried to
sounds
defend
like
it was
he-
retarded.
Well, it's just like what. It's just something about the way you can't. It's a human face, but it's fucked up, and you also can't read
Well,
the
that
expressions or know
just falls
anything.
into natural.
You can't see where
fear.
they're looking. It's really primal.
It is primal.
It's
It's natural
inhuman.
instinct
It's
to
like-
be afraid
it's
of it.
like-
It's uncanny valley. You're naturally afraid because it's so human looking, but one thing is wrong, so it makes it something to fear. It's natural evolution.
Yeah.
But we're getting a little off topic.
Yeah, way off. So, the Chuck, you had something. Well, did you have something to say?
That was a while ago.
Not about that, but I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, you had something. You were gonna say something unrelated.
What was I gonna say?
I have no idea. He cut you off, but I wanted him to keep going.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that, and then we kind of just kept going with weirder things.
I can't remember what it is.
Well, I'm gonna bring up something minor then for now because it's not really a high note thing. You should kill that bird. And
I don't know
let's
why
see.
she's doing this. Shut up.
She's chiming in on the conversation, but
She
Can't
wants to be a part of this, but
verbalize.
she doesn't know Rob. That's my eye you're pecking.
oh yeah, there's how Rob is he's like says he's so knowledgeable on like philosophy and the ancient Greeks and shit.
Yeah, he used
Okay.
to talk about it all the time. Probably.
Here's
he
a
used to
bit.
No,
How
yeah,
about
go
this?
on, go on.
I told him I really like isometric games. I really like games that are. I had to clarify what it was. It's an isometric game. It's a game that has equal angles and it persists across the entire screen, like Fallout, like Roller Coaster Tycoon, like persisting angles. They don't distort depending on
Yeah,
how
it's
far
not.
away they
It's
are.
not like
Persistent.
free moving. You have to have like
He's like-
an
he
angle.
thought-
You're looking to the left, north, down, south.
Yeah, it's like you're looking at an angle, but there's no depth. It just goes on
Yeah.
forever.
It's,
like
it's
almost
basically
flat.
just 2D but fancy.
Yeah, and he thought this was like he was dumbfounded by this word. He thought it was like a made up word. He said I was just making shit up and I didn't understand the word. And this is a basic geometry term. This is a basic Greek word. It's a basic combination of two Greek words. Iso, equal, and then metric, like measure. Equal measure. Equal angles persisting across the screen.
You
This
learn
is
that fucking
common-
geometry.
Yeah, you learn this in geometry. It's a common geometry term. It's like saying you know about math, but you can't divide. Or no, you can't subtract, rather. That would be the equivalent. And
If
It
we
was
didn't
just so
use isometric shit, there's no way we would have buildings or skyscrapers.
he was just fine.
Measuring.
He just doesn't know. Yeah, he knows all about math and the ancient Greeks and Greek culture and Greek language, but he doesn't know the most
He was
common
he was
geometry term that there is, that is used to describe all these games that have persisting equal measures.
he used to be a Greek warrior in his past life. Do you know that? He used to
He
fight
talked
Sparta.
what
about
he
past
said?
lives before. I don't remember any of them though.
Clarify about his Greek warrior past.
Oh, I was just saying.
Did you? Yeah, I do remember
I would
talking about
because I would
past lives,
totally I would totally believe that he would fucking say that.
I believe.
I thought he probably has said that. Probably does think it. He would say that if you ask him to. What else? We talked about fucking everything. Let's see.
We've been talking about it for about 2 hours now.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit. All I got left is that Trump fiasco.
Oh my god.
Trump gear fiasco. You seem to know more about that. So
He was a Bernie supporter, like, I'm gonna say around last July. He spoke very highly of Sanders. And then, like, I was on board, like, with Donald Trump, I'm gonna say, like, back in September. And then, like, I just started talking about him, and then again, like you said earlier, he fucking flipped. The next day, he fucking flipped.
He has no convictions to anything. He'll flip on you.
And then, like, you showed him shit. I can't enjoy Trump anymore. I can't enjoy H3 or iDubbbz or fucking Filthy Frank anymore because he fucking all ruined that for me. That's why I don't show him shit anymore. Because, like,
I just ignore him. That's a logical choice, so he can't ruin anything for me. I don't even. What would he even think of, like, Undertale?
He thinks that, like, he's Ethan Klein's fucking twin brother. Because, like, he's all about the chub and tuck now.
Of course.
And he fantasizes about Hila, Ethan's girlfriend.
Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me?
He, like, knows everything about her and shit.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. That's pathetic beyond words. And I have, considering the things I've drawn, that is a lot.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Jesus Christ.
I wouldn't be surprised if I seen him in, like, the store or something, and he has a fucking B that H3 or something.
So obsessed with things that are so far away and don't affect him, and he can't do shit when it comes to his own life.
Like, I don't know what it is going on in his mind, but why does he have to cling to fucking fabricated identities so much? Like, how come, like, every other month or something, he'll just change to a new identity?
It's probably because he absolutely hates himself, and
Like,
he's afraid of, like, showing anyone how he really is.
What happened in his past that he needs, like, that approval from people? Like, he goes out and does this shit, and he obviously wants approval from people. I don't understand.
Because he probably doesn't approve of him, of himself. He is so self-loathing that he needs to outweigh that by, like, admiration from other people.
Like, last year, I was going to the gym all the time, and then, like, he caught on to that. He wanted to do that. He called me up one day and said he was going to stop playing games.
Yeah, I remember this.
Apparently, he ran from his house in Tars to New Stanton barefoot. I mean, that's like 5 fucking miles.
I quote ran unquote with him once. I wasn't even breaking a sweat. We didn't make it down the block, and he was gasping for air, fucking dying. I was like, I wanted to leave him behind. I was like, I'm out. I'm actually enjoying running tonight. I want to leave this guy behind, but I feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
What did he say? He told you one time. I remember this. He said you don't, something about not needing muscle or something. Something about.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was asking me advice on lifting, and I said, because I was told there's this exercise called the farmer's walk, and it's basically you pick up something really fucking heavy and you just walk with it, and it, like, really increases your grip strength and your forearm strength. And he says, oh, well, I don't need that because I lift 2 40-pound buckets every day up and down 2 flights of stairs at my job. That's a useless exercise. And I'm just like, all right. He was talking to me about exercises and everything. And meanwhile, like, I was lifting with my supervisor at the time, who was really fucking knowledgeable about lifting, and he was even trained by a fucking bodybuilder, Richie, by the way.
Richie, the walking boulder lifting giant. The modern day caveman.
And he's just like sitting back, like, telling me all this fucking, quote, lifting advice, when he's fucking just sitting on his fat ass in his fucking office chair listening to Vaporwave, and telling me how I should lift.
He doesn't realize he has to seek help in order to receive it, and not shoot it down, and not think that he's above it, or else he would lose his fucking weight by now.
If you don't know something about a topic, don't fucking talk about it like you know all about it.
Like, if you're gonna shoot down help, you will not receive it. That is basic.
Like, the job that we work, yeah, it's fucking tough, but we're not gonna become fucking bodybuilders. You go to the fucking gym for that. Carrying buckets up flights of stairs isn't gonna fucking do nothing.
We're gonna stay in shape and skinny.
Yeah, we're gonna stay conditioned to the environment.
Carrying some buckets up some stairs compared to us
Which he probably
lifting
like,
for 4 hours.
He probably makes it up like 3 steps and then sets the buckets down for a break. Because of what you told me about the running story.
Yeah, it was pathetic. I was having fun running, and I was just like, this guy's kind of fucking weak. He can't run for a block, but I could probably run for at least a mile before I want to stop.
This guy, he don't have any wind to him. That's why. He's a big guy. He just starts fucking running, and then...
But he's a god.
I
thought he could run.
He just
at least as much as I could.
You know how, like, when you fantasize about something good that's going to happen to your life, or, like, you start to make a goal, and you envision yourself at the end of the goal, it makes you feel really good? He does that, but then, like, I don't know, fucking 10 seconds into the activity, he just doesn't figure it's worth it anymore or something.
He just gets high. He gets high off the imagination, and then he goes back and jerks off to Skyrim.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
About the, I mean, this is going back a lot, but about the fucking Skyrim journal and him writing books, he told me, like, me and him got into a conversation about writing erotic fiction, and apparently he has some stories that are up on the porn site XNXX, and,
Really?
yeah, he never showed me any of them, but he said they're up there, and he said, like, he got so disgusted because of his fan base. He got so disgusted at his fan base because
what the fuck?
His huge fan base wanted him to do like incest and furries, and he apparently couldn't take the emotional scarring of it. So
what if this fan base was his subconscious trying to? It was himself wishing to do these things, and I don't know. Maybe he did do them, and he just didn't leave that. He didn't include that. I don't even believe he had the effort and willpower to even type anything out.
But he probably started writing something. He got like a huge fucking he got like a huge erection off it, then he just beat off and then just closed it. Didn't even save it. He just felt disgusted at himself afterwards.
How could he feel disgusted at himself? Anything he does is right.
He's perfect.
He does nothing wrong. He is the alpha male.
It's better than the rest. I'm trying to find those.
Hey, you guys want to come over? We're gonna have a fire, and it's gonna be great. We're gonna have music, and we're just gonna sit down on this couch and fucking watch YouTube videos all day, and talk about doing a project. But we'll do it later. We'll do it tomorrow or something, or maybe this weekend.
Do it tomorrow.
We'll do it this summer.
This summer.
Yeah, we'll do it this summer.
Lose a bit of weight, and we'll do this project.
This summer, Rob will finally, do that thing that you can't even remember.
That's he always talks about doing shit, never did. Most of the
like,
times we would come over to do stuff and then never went anywhere.
It motivates me a lot sometimes when I just think about how he talks a lot of shit about doing things, and then I think about that. I'm like, no, I don't want to be Rob. I need to do this. I need to do this. And I get up and fucking do it.
Like, seeing you put out shit, and like, it might be good, might be bad, might be whatever, but at least you're fucking doing something.
I seriously, if it's a video of me, wearing like a French maid outfit, I hover over the upload button. I'm like, is this really a good idea? And then I just say, fuck it.
I mean, at least at least you fucking show up for work. You know?
You can't keep a job.
I try
Yeah.
to see. I try to do a good job because, see, like in the situation of that guy at the IT job, he would know that I at least have good work ethic if I were to apply there in the future, so that you're not the enemy of your supervisors in the outside. And so when Rob is in the outside world, he probably hides and shies away from his fucking former managers. Just by being the alpha male.
Of course.
Just by being a warrior.
He's got the warrior
is
gene.
A warrior only held back by weed and violent video games.
That's the only thing that keeps him sane.
Otherwise, he would kill everyone around him because he's a warrior. That's why he can't adapt to this society. That's why his life is so fucked up. It's because he was born to be a warrior.
Wait, what did you say earlier about him like talking shit on his like having a huge fight with his girlfriend and saying like he hated her right in front of her face or something like?
It was just one of those times he would just get drunk and he would just fucking tell her that she was weak to her face and then would talk about leaving his life to go for some other fucking girl, and then he would visualize about Elizabeth from BioShock Infinite and shit.
I mean, there's obviously something wrong. Well, I don't know about her. Well, kind of, because like they both are fucking attracted.
There's something going on that she is taking this shit. There's something going on, obviously. She probably doesn't have the confidence, or by this point being with Rob is all she knows. She doesn't want to.
Well, I mean, like
do anything.
Eventually, one day, there's going to be someone who's going to come along and whisk her off her feet, and then she's going to realize how big of a piece of shit he is.
Mm-hmm.
Needs to just go.
I've been saying that for like years now.
And then when she leaves him, he's going to fucking like go off the deep end.
He does go off the deep end. He does. He does.
Yeah,
when she left him a few times, he went off. Remember that time what did he do? He got drunk and he had his gun. He was threatening to shoot everyone or something.
Yeah, there was a time where he got
everyone.
fucking plastered, and that was the time that his mother came in and took all of his stuff because he was waving the gun around, saying that he was, he
walked where she was staying. Like Ginger was there. He was threatening to like shoot them all there. He drove there drunk.
I do remember something about that. I don't know if he
vaguely
ever
recall
actually.
That.
Holy shit.
I was not there. I was not there, but I heard about it, and I was there a time when it was allegedly coming. But he had went to where Ginger's mail order wife was living in New Stanton, and he had banged on the door with a gun, screaming. And the rest of the story I don't remember at all. But I remember it was just him like threatening to kill Katie for wanting to leave him, and he was gonna kill himself because there was nothing he had in his life except her. And like the police were gonna get called, so he left. And that's literally all I remember. But Ginger would know about it.
Maybe is he online? Maybe we can have him as our special guest.
I could call him. You might be able to hear him over my mic.
Well, there's Markle, but
No, I don't want. He wouldn't. He would be the person to actually call Rob and tell him that we just were in a chat for 2.5 hours, just blasting him, continuously, just talking shit like he's the worst piece of shit in the world.
This has gone twice as long as Ethan's video.
I
knew this would go on for so fucking long.
I think that if Rob found out that I was a part of this, he would definitely fucking lose it because he still thinks I'm his friend. Even though, like, he just writes
I hope
books.
He wouldn't. His ego would not. His ego would not allow him to watch this. But if he watched this, if he sat through this, if some demon fucking possessed him and guided him to watch this, he would.
I don't think
he would learn.
Make it 10 minutes.
He would look at the video title. He would be outside my house. I'd fucking put 10 7.62 rounds in him.
I really hope he doesn't remember where I live.
He doesn't even know where I live anymore, so I'm pretty okay with this. Like, nobody except Mike and Ginger and Markle, and I don't think any of them would tell him where I live.
Nah, I won't even talk to him. He's annoying.
You want me to call Ginger right now and see if I can get him to tell me? I can put him on speakerphone.
Go ahead.
To be able to hear him.
Well, go ahead. Well, and then you, your name, anonymous person, can describe this thing you're attempting to say.
See if you can hear it.
I'm just saying he would fucking.
I can hear that like fuck.
Yeah,
Okay, good. Okay, I'll move it away.
I thought you were like on the stove.
What the hell? Ginger!
Oh, no, you might.
I think his ass answered the phone.
Don't you lie to me.
Oh, okay, there you are. Hey, where are you? Okay, do you have like 3 minutes to talk?
I need 3 minutes to talk.
Talk about
3
Rob.
minutes, yes, go on.
Alright, good. I need you to recollect on a time that Socrates came over to Natasha's house drunk with a gun. Do you remember that?
I do.
Could you tell me about that experience?
Tell us all.
Why?
Cause this is very important. I'm curious.
You're a special guest.
You're a
Who's
special
all there?
guest. Just me and my bird. She's sleeping.
Why do I not believe this?
Do you want me to take a picture? Like,
I want to see my beautiful bird asleep. Yes, I would love to see my bird asleep.
all right. Well, I'm in the dark,
Oh,
so
that's-
after you tell me the story and I get off the phone, I'll take a picture for you. But you're wasting precious airtime. I need you to tell me the story of what happened.
Prime time.
Okay, let's see if I can remember as best as I can. This was right after the whole Katie breakup thing,
Uh-huh.
and he was just upset with his life. I believe this was even after the, I think this might have been just before the Emily thing.
Okay.
Okay, so he comes over.
To Natasha's house?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like hearing like a tragic
Richie?
soap opera.
And Katie had both just spent the night.
Yeah.
They both left in the morning. Katie went to work. Natasha went to work. No, I take that back. Katie went to take Richie home, then go to work.
Uh-huh.
And he pulls in like maybe not even 5 minutes after Katie and Richie just left.
Okay.
Asking if they were there. I said no, they are not there, which at the time was true because they were not at the house. Because he was going to shoot Richie and...
I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Did you say he was going to shoot someone?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Go on.
Oh my god.
That was his intentions because he had the gun in his hand. He knocked on the door 3 times. Knocked, not pounded, knocked on the door.
Very calmly, like he had planned out the entire thing.
As like he just wanted answers, but was still being respectful to other people's houses and knew where he was.
Okay.
So he knocked on the door. I answered it. He asked if they were there. I said, no, they are not here. That they had
Did he
left.
have
I
the
did
gun?
not tell him that they stayed the night.
Did he have the gun in his hand?
Did he have the gun in his hand, like standing in the hallway?
The gun, I believe, was holstered
Okay, but like it
on
was
his side.
like was this during his like LA Noire phase, and like it was obviously visible like on the outside of his
Yeah.
jacket?
Yeah.
Okay, so he wasn't even trying to hide it.
No.
Okay.
And I'm assuming he knocked with his hand
And not the gun.
because the gun was still holstered,
Okay.
and that would just be a stupid thing to use a gun as a door knocker.
Okay.
Well, not for him because he's a detective.
He told me he wanted...
Wouldn't that be a thing a detective would do though? Knock
I
with the
don't
gun?
know.
Okay.
Possibly, probably.
Okay. All right. Go on. Don't let me interrupt you.
LAPD, open up.
It's okay, I'll answer your question.
It's okay.
But
You're a special guest.
so he tells me he wants to talk, and I talk him back down to his car, and I can just smell the liquor.
Okay, so he was intoxicated and
Just
had a
reeking.
loaded weapon.
Yeah.
He was reeking
On the liquor, terrible.
Yeah.
on the liquor. The liquor was in charge.
He is the liquor.
He is the liquor.
I mean, I'm going to say no because he was able to drive to Natasha's, and liquor as a liquid is not able to drive, so maybe. Anyway, so talking to go back down to his car, I sit in the car with him and talk. He's in the driver's seat, I'm in the passenger, and he cocks the gun back, puts it in his mouth, I grab it, knock it out of his hand.
So he was trying to kill
What?
himself.
Wait, what?
He was
What?
about to blow
I'm
his
gonna,
brain.
I'm gonna need you to stop right there and go back about 30 seconds. He loaded the gun, or the gun was already loaded. He cocked the gun and put a bullet in the chamber, and then put the gun barrel
He was
into
gonna-
his mouth.
He was gonna... Holy...
He was going to kill himself. Okay.
Unless he's putting on a show. For
Do
attention.
you think he
Yeah.
was putting on a show? Like, do you really think he was going to try and kill himself?
There were tears, there was waterworks.
Oh, he was crying.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
he was a mess.
Okay.
Emotional mess.
He was a mess.
He was
Again.
at
He was a
rock
hot
bottom.
mess.
Usual.
He was a hot mess, and he was going to make a hot mess all over the wall.
Spaghetti.
I was not prepared to deal with this situation whatsoever.
Okay.
I smacked his arm. The gun was still in his hand. He did not pull the trigger. It did not go anywhere. But pulled his arm down. Told him no. He unloaded the gun. Unloaded the bullet from the chamber.
Clicked it
Popped
out.
it
Yeah.
back and then put it back into the clip magazine, whatever you people call it,
You better not call it a
and
clip.
stuck it into the center console.
It's called a magazine. Okay, so he put it back into his car.
Well, he was already in the car, but yes.
Okay.
And put the gun in the holster.
Okay.
We talked.
Did he...
We talked a little more. He said he was all right. That he was sober enough to get back home. He knew he was definitely past buzzed.
Well, he must have been something if he was trying to kill himself after having
Really
the
fucking
intention of
hammered.
killing someone else. Do you think he was hammered enough to actually to do it? Or do you think that he was just trying to get sympathy out of you when he was doing it? Do you honestly think he was going to blow his brains out over the wall?
I believe if he had saw Richie and Katie, I don't know if you remember Natasha's couch. It was an L shape.
Yeah, I do remember. I remember it was that beige L couch that you slept on because you didn't have a home.
Well, Richie was on the larger portion, and Katie was on the smaller portion, head to head, laying down,
Real cute.
feet over the armrest. But I believe if Socrates did see them, he probably would have shot.
Shot himself or shot someone else? Are we talking like a double package
Shot.
here? Or?
Shot into the room.
Murder, suicide?
Oh, okay, so he would have...
Whether he would have been able to hit anything, anyone, I believe he probably would have shot.
Okay.
So he would have gotten a buy one, get one free for sure
But because
then.
he didn't see that,
Would you call that like a
I
buy
feel
one,
it
get one
was-
free?
probably.
Oh, okay.
But but since he didn't see them, I feel it was probably a little more towards sympathy.
Yeah,
He
so
loaded
you...
or pointed in his mouth.
So you do you think it was like if I accidentally shoot myself in the head, then at least I don't have to deal with this anymore. But I hope I don't shoot myself in the head because I want to get sympathy out of somebody.
Kinda.
Oh, okay, that's
But
good.
if he had shot into the room, he probably would have killed himself.
Oh, what a piece of shit, huh? That's like a deal package. It's
Like that would
That's
have
like a
triple kill.
that's like a
Probably quad
75%
because I
off
would have got hit in
sale
the
there.
misfire because of my
Like
block.
yeah, that's like
Super coupon.
75% off sale.
So
That's
Um,
interesting.
Fucking store-wide clearance,
now I need
boys.
to ask why you needed this information.
Well,
and why
I would love to answer your questions, but that sound of that buzzer does mean that we are out of time for this week. So we'll see you
Hold on.
next Monday on. Oh, and then I hung up.
Oh, that was,
so you guys,
that was,
just so you guys know, he actually could not hear any of you. So I was trying to listen to him
Yeah,
and hear what you were saying. Okay.
yeah, I knew that was going on. Well, that's just some reinforcement for anyone listening that
He's
this is
probably
real.
going
This
to try
is
and call me
real.
back. Yeah, I
Why the
didn't
fuck
actually
you hang
know
up
that.
on me?
I was aware that I completely forgot about it because his girlfriend at the time, and I believe they are together now. Oh, he's calling. Should I answer?
It's up to you. I mean,
Should I tell him that we're talking about him?
Go.
Okay.
just do it. I don't know.
Hello?
Kind of surprised the answer.
Yeah, hey
Where's my
Ginger.
photo of my bird?
Huh?
Where's my photo of my bird?
Or do you want me to take a picture
Oh, yeah,
of that?
My bird sleeping?
Yeah, sure, right here. Do you want me to take a picture?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna send it to you, but I can't do it if I'm on the phone.
I also want to know why you give away information for free.
Alright, well, let me just take a picture of the bird and I'll get right back to you.
Alright.
Okay, this is me hanging up. You
I'll
you
take
guys
a
can cut
picture,
that
I
out
mean-
if you want. I'm just gonna take a picture and then
fine.
shut off my phone.
Well, yeah, you gotta give him the picture. I mean, that's what the deal was.
That's what he's a rat, man.
That's
but,
the art of the deal.
That's the art of the deal. I do remember a time where if you remember, I don't know how you feel about Richie.
He bought me a fucking air conditioner, so
I
it
know.
still
Well,
works.
He kind of fell out of the graces of just about everybody, and I don't want to talk shit on him, but he's done a lot of really terrible things to just about everybody, myself included. I'm surprised he didn't really do anything bad to you.
He bought me like this. He spent like $100 on me for no reason.
Oh well, I'm just saying, like if.
Well, yeah, I believe. I mean, I've heard some things, but
Yeah, well,
my co-
you heard there. He was trying to sleep around with
well, she should have ran off with Richie. I mean, to be honest, she needs to be introduced to other men to save her.
it would have ended disastrously, but it at least would have opened the door to her realizing that Rob is not the only person.
Yeah, it would have opened her eyes to the fact that there's a world out there.
Did they fuck?
I want to say no, but I doubt that they didn't. So they probably fucked. I don't think Ginger would know that.
I mean,
I don't know.
But
based on what she told me, that Rob's been her only boyfriend, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think that she's. I mean, I'm not like saying she's beautiful or really attractive, but she's not that bad looking. So it's not like she would have difficulty. I think some of it has.
She just needs to know in her head that she can find other men. Like she can. I mean, there's like 300-pound fucking Landwells getting boyfriends, so it's not like she can't. It's just like I don't think she has the drive to see.
Well, she's not even like really that fat. It's just a matter of I honestly think she's afraid of what Rob will do because as you just heard in our special guest story, that he was ready to kill someone else and himself.
Oh yeah.
So it's like she's probably half fucking scared shitless. And
it can't just be that though. She can't just be staying there for years, like as a fucking hostage. She's gotta have some kind of attachment.
Ginger texted me and said he wants to restate and make it known that he knocked on the door, not pounded on the door. So he wants to make that known again.
All right.
The only thing, like, he tried to justify that. It sounded like he said that he knocked on the door because he was trying to be polite to other people. I would think if I'm ready to kill myself and someone else, I would have this like cool demeanor. Like I would politely knock on a door, and then as soon as it's open, start shooting. Or like
okay,
not
if
give
I'm
them
gonna,
any...
yeah, he's doing it for attention. Like if I'm gonna walk in and start shooting, I'm going to like do whatever I gotta do to make that happen, not put on a show. Like if I'm gonna shoot myself, just bang, it's over. Otherwise,
Yeah,
you're
but
not gonna do it.
that's not him. He's gonna want to build up
That's
to
on,
it.
yeah, attention,
Well,
putting on
He
a show.
has to make it a facade, like a big.
What was the ultimate goal of that day? Like, really, what was he trying to achieve?
What is
He
the
was-
goal? What is he trying to achieve in life, really?
He's probably just trying to look for sympathy. He's trying to get attention from people.
Like, let's analyze. Let's just think about the way humans are. Let's think about the way this organic machine we call Rob, why it's programmed and designed the way it is, why he is so broken and just like fallacious with himself.
Oh Jesus! I don't even think there's like a reasonable answer for that, other than he's just so self-centered.
He can't even like think that on that level. He's just like he's trapped looking through this like distorted lens of the world.
I think
Can't
it's just
see.
it's just that childhood mentality of like you watch a fucking badass cartoon and then you want to go out and fucking emulate that, and that's never left him, I guess.
Yeah, it's like
Or he
him and
just never
Ethan,
found
like,
a way to fucking cope with his fucking situation, so he just masks himself behind some kind of false identity that he creates.
I mean,
Yeah,
hey,
he needs
I fucking
like a mask.
hey, I need to like escape from reality, but I stop doing that the second that I'm off my computer. I know that there is a world around me.
I don't think he
But
has
he-
an identity. He just clings to whatever one he thinks is cool. Like, he never developed his own identity other than being a fucking
did-
psychopath. A
I
psychopath
wonder why
drunk
he
piece of
even-
shit.
What do I even like thinks he needs? How do you like require an identity at this age? Because like I realized that personality. You know, it's honestly just from dropping acid that I realized personalities
Just like last
are
time.
just like last time, and
Just like last
totally personalities just like mean nothing. You're totally decided by your environment. So what is his environment? Identities don't fucking mean anything.
His environment is just what he's doing. It's his game that he's playing because he doesn't have anything else to do in his life, so he has to absorb what's going on in front of his face on a screen.
And like now he's like so up in the craze of like supporting Trump. I mean, I support Trump as opposed to everyone else, but because like I mean, it's gonna be fucking Clinton, but not to get political, but just the fact I'm just showing that I don't go crazy with it. It doesn't matter who you support. I just don't go insane over the top. It becomes my identity. I'm just saying he is taking this and running with it to be his new identity to escape from life. He is obsessed with this distant problem and forgetting who he is, where it fucking matters.
His
That's
priorities. His priorities. Are
He
all
doesn't
fucking
have
fucked
priorities.
up.
It's shifted up wrong. It's skewed.
He wants to be a great fucking philosopher or psychiatrist or some bullshit like that. Meanwhile, he has tons of fucking mental problems of his own.
He's
Yeah,
not gonna fucking help.
So he's gonna
He's not
be
gonna
like
fucking help
diagnosing. He's gonna be like diagnosing people wrong and then fucking giving them pills, and he's gonna be killing people. He's gonna be like Dr. Kevorkian.
As if he's gonna fucking get into a job anywhere. He's too retarded to put his money where his mouth is and do actual research and be able to uphold his credibility, even if he fucking got that far. He's not gonna... Just another bullshit delusion he's chasing. It's gonna go nowhere.
Until he finally just gives up and plops his fat ass down in front of his computer into Skyrim.
He can't still be fucking playing that.
He
has to
still
find something else.
fucking plays it.
That's
Still
fucking
plays it.
nuts.
He
Do you
still
have
fucking plays
confirmation?
it. Yeah,
Did he say something about this?
he was
Describe
playing it. He was playing it like this morning.
Oh my.
Oh Jesus
God,
Christ!
Let me
That
see
is
if
sad.
let me see if I can still pull up
I'm playing
the chat
I'm
logs.
playing Dark Souls so much right now just because I'm just trying to fucking beat it. I just want to beat it and get it over with. But it's also really satisfying the rewards it gives you. I'm not pretending to be I'm not living vicariously through a woman who gets fucked in every hole by wolves or whatever.
That's exactly what he would do with it too.
While Chuck's looking for that, like I only like I would just see funny shit when I was playing Skyrim. Like I'd be this overlord and I would summon. I forgot that I had this sex mod on, and I summoned a Dremora to kill this like female, and it just started raping her in front of me. I'm like, oh, that's right. I have this mod enabled. I better kill this woman before she carries this unholy seed into this world.
It's been so long since I talked to him. There's no chat log left, but it was just the other day that I fucking woke up at like 6 in the morning. Where I was still awake at like 6 in the morning, and then I seen him go on first thing, fucking Skyrim. And then like I must have went.
See if it shows how many hours he has on there.
Is he playing on Steam?
Yeah.
I blocked his ass, so I'm not looking.
But like later that day, he must have not even fucking left the game, because he was still on. After I came back from whatever I was doing, like 12 hours later.
Fucking pathetic.
It's fucking crazy.
Unbelievable.
He's online right now. Why don't you get him in here?
Oh. That would be
613 hours. Last played today.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Last played today.
And that's not even counting when he was playing on like the PS3.
No, it doesn't. 613 hours. You should definitely get him in here right now. This is like an intervention.
He's gonna be surrounded by us though. No fucking way. He's gonna see you and he's gonna fuck off though.
Yeah, well then I'll change my name and I'll just fucking block my profile.
Oh, what? I can't even anticipate how this would fucking go down.
He would probably recognize my voice. I'd have to talk like this or something else.
No, there's no way you can like mask your voice in a way that he hasn't heard by now.
Well, Lordy, don't hit me now. Alrighty, okay.
I would
just,
no matter what
just be
voice
like,
you do, I would be able to. What?
Yeah.
I should just be like, I met a couple really cool dudes on YouTube or something, and we're talking about fucking spiritual shit.
Talking about Skyrim, spiritual science.
Yeah.
Talking about how Skyrim ties in with modern philosophy.
We're all going in for our psychology degrees and philosophy degrees. Because we all know that when you get a philosophy degree, you can get any PhD.
Yeah, any PhD right off the bat.
Fucking Doctor of Philosophy of fucking Vaporwave. Did I tell about his informative speech on Vaporwave? I don't even know if he did.
Oh, the speech he was going to give. The speech you didn't specify.
I don't remember that. You didn't talk about it too much.
We mentioned his obsession, but not the fact that he was going to give a speech at his college, at his community college.
Let me pull up the text messages. I have them screenshotted.
Go right ahead. I need to save all these links to use them later.
Is your thing recording every like 30 minutes intervals?
No, it's making me kind of afraid.
You might want to stop it and then start it again just in case.
Here we go. I'm going to have.
Well, it's too late.
I'm going to have to give an informative report in public speaking, so I'm informing them about Vaporwave. I'm bringing a bust of David, boombox, Venus statue clock, and dressing in some nice 1980s Biz Kaz for eyewear.
What?
And I said, don't do that, you're going to get laughed at. And that was the end of that.
What'd he say? He didn't reply?
He did, but I didn't screenshot it. It was probably nothing else.
Take shit too fucking far. God damn. Is there anything else? Or is that it? Like,
I could probably think of other things to say, but I'm just like trying to remember everything.
We went down like almost. I We went through all my
Yeah, we
notes
went through
here.
that whole list of stuff I see.
Went through all of it. Fuck.
I don't know.
I mean, this is the official Rob video. This will go down in legend. So if there's anything else,
Until you get him in here.
If asked to describe myself, I'd say I have a hard time acting like a grown-up, and I'm mostly sad all the time. Sometimes I hate myself.
wait, what?
What is that?
I had this screenshot on my phone, but it's not from him, but it describes him perfectly. That is like something you
yeah.
would say.
Yeah, 65 and a half hours of gameplay the last 2 weeks.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
That's
Look, I've been playing Stellaris.
a fucking full-time job, plus overtime.
Yeah.
I've been playing Stellaris, and it's only because that I like do other things while that game's going on. It's just the fact that that game just takes so goddamn long to progress through. I wouldn't really recommend buying it though. I'd say you should pirate it.
I did see you play that. Oh, fuck, I was wondering what that was.
Some kind of space. It's a space empire building game, but it's gonna
I
have
figured.
tons of DLC in the future because these fucking developers are greedy Jews. So is that the end of Rob's chapter? Is that
This chapter 1
feel
of
like
him
there's-
anyway. I'm sure we could talk about more.
I feel like there's tons more shit to say.
that?
Well, we're
I
already
know,
like
that's
two
what
and a half
I
hours.
feel.
Yeah, I
feel
think 2.5
that we're
hours is
done,
pretty good for now.
but
For now, anyway. I'm sure we could talk about this later.
I'm like tapped out from that. Could probably still do something else, but Alright, so should I make the closing statement?
Go ahead.
Well, this concludes the chapter of humanity called Rob. Yet another piece of evidence that you never know how deep into delusion that the human mind can sink and like destroy itself and evade reality and logic and just live in like some kind of shadow world where you just never see the light, I guess. So if you ever question your sanity, if you ever feel bad about where you are in life, just compare yourself to this person that we have just spent 2.5 hours describing every stupid thing that he has done and said, just to demonstrate that the human mind can be really fucked up. And that's it.